For some, he was a legend. To others, he was a teacher. Now Yoda spends his days on the secluded swamp world Dagobah, awaiting an important visitor and reflecting on his many adventures. Before traveling to an outer rim world called Turrak on a peacekeeping mission, there was two cultures at war with one another, with one acting as the obvious oppressor, and the oppressed peoples of this world were called the Scalvi, whom would regularly face hard trials. Yoda soon gets a chance to prove himself when the Krulkan storm the Scalvi's village. Under the command of Riak, the Krulkan set fire to the village and attempted to take everything the Scalvi had. Fortunately, Yoda is able to fight them off easily as the Scalvi rally behind him. Eventually, with Yoda's help, peace is achieved on this world, and Yoda plans to stay with them to ensure everything remains safe. But little do they know, they are being watched, and the oppressors plan to make a final return. When Yoda returns back to the wheel, he shows Master Patre Vater and Ella Sutan the musical instrument he was given by Bree as a gift, which they find pretty amusing. On the outer rim of Turrak, the Scalvis are excited to see Yoda again and lets him know so much has happened since he first left. They show him the huge watchtower they built, although it would have been easier with Yoda's force abilities. Unfortunately, the watchtower begins to collapse on Bree and the baby, so Yoda uses his force to stop it in midair from hurting anyone. Master Patre Vater begins to believe Yoda is too attached to his new home on Turrak and possibly doesn't want to return, as he now serves and sticks up for the oppressed people on Turrak instead of the temple. The Scalvis begin arguing about who is putting in more work training, with the oldest one challenging Yoda and not taking him serious at all. But Master Yoda knows there's something deeper coming. When they turn around, they see the Krulkans raiding the territory for revenge. As a last option, Bree heads for the activator and instantly clicks it, which damages the ears of the oppressors, sending them to retreat. After the battle, the Scalvis start to realize Yoda is nowhere to be found, so they head to the woods to give a quick search. They stumble on a raft that was there for a while and plan to head toward the suspected location of Master Yoda, with the weapons they just found on the boat. The Krulkans now have Yoda captured as a prisoner, requesting for a Jedi to help them like he helped the other side. But that didn't last long because the Scalvis had now arrived and targeted the Krulkans, sending them running, just to savagely ask them if it hurt or not. They point their weapons, demanding for the location of Master Yoda. While on the roof, backup had come to stop the Scalvis, but they were just shot down. Bree finds Master Yoda captured and runs right to him, which she is granted a new green lightsaber. The Krulkans launched another raid, ending with Bree taking the life of a Krulkan leader against Yoda's wishes, thereby perpetuating the unrest between these groups. Since that day, the Scalvis pretty much lived peacefully, and the kids were taught the same exact history just in case of future raids. The Scalvis would continue celebrating for their victory over their oppressor of all these years. Bree runs toward Yoda to confront him about not saying anything. However, Master Yoda doesn't see the purpose in celebrating or even being here in general, so he takes off in his flagship, leaving Bree and the Scalvis on the planet alone. Years later, Master Yoda finally makes a return and shows Bree the old musical instrument he was given in the past. This moment is very emotional for Bree, as he is now an uncle and hasn't crossed paths with Master Yoda for a long time. Out of nowhere, they start to hear an alarm, and when confronting the noise, they were informed about a local Krulkan party on the horizon. They make their way to the Krulkan platform. When on the platform, they are blitzed by a younger daughter of the Krulkans, whom they went on to kidnap. Later that day, when Klask learns of Milok's kidnapping, they lead a full-on attack on the Scalvi village. On the other side, Bree's kids have realized they have seeked trouble, antagonizing a fight with the other side when things were just cordial. The Krulkans reveal if their daughter is not brought back, they will wage war, which doesn't seem to even scare this generation's Scalvis a little bit. Due to the past history between the oppressed and oppressors, they argue back and forth before eventually coming face to face with weapons drawn ready to fight. But Yoda steps in and stops the two groups from fighting, as Master Yoda only fights when necessary. The Scalvis return the daughter back to the Krulkans, which they go on to dialogue about the things they have in common, as well as the future they share. As he prepares to say goodbye to the Scalvi and Krulkan, Yoda contacts one of his former pupils, Jedi Master Patre Vater. Yoda informs Vader that he helped the people of Turrak to resolve their dispute. To this, Vader repeats one of Yoda's oldest Jedi lessons. Even in the darkest night, the light will shine. All we need is patience and trust. Yes, patience and trust, says Yoda. And since then, the Krolkan and Scalvis would go on to live peacefully and happy ever after, with Master Yoda having just saved hundreds of lives.